Quick disclaimer, this was one of the last videos that we shot before we did our equipment upgrades, so there are a few audio issues here and there. We apologize in advance. Going forward, this should not be an issue.
A lot of bicycles came out of Dayton. A lot of bicycle manufacturers were here. There's one in particular, though, that seemed to have some staying power. Of course, that started out as the Davis Sewing Company. And when the Davis Sewing Company was taken over by George Huffman, he decided to get on that bicycle fad, as they called it, and started manufacturing bicycle parts. Eventually making bicycles of their own, the Davis Sewing Company eventually became the Huffman Corporation, which was later shortened to Huffy. But let's take a look at some of these early models here, and then maybe we'll take a look at something new that's coming up. Stay tuned.
I'm going on another amazing adventure. Let's go on another amazing adventure. If you're here with me, I got all I need for another amazing adventure.
Dayton, Ohio actually is the birthplace for a lot of innovation. Things like cash registers, air conditioning and refrigeration, and probably the most well-known, aviation, with the Wright Flyer designed by two of the most well-known Dayton residents, Orville and Wilbur Wright. You can learn all about these and more at the Carillon Park, an open-air museum near downtown Dayton with a number of historical exhibits and educational features, as well as being home to the Wright Brothers National Historic Museum.
Before their breakthrough with aviation, the Wright brothers first operated a bicycle shop in Dayton, where they would build and repair bicycles for local residents. The Wrights were just one of many bicycle shops and manufacturers in the city. In fact, a number of manufacturers jumped on this new bicycle craze in the early 20th century, including some that didn't even specialize in bikes at the time.
One such manufacturer was the Davis Sewing Company, which originated in New York City but moved to Dayton near the turn of the 20th century. Shortly after their move, George Huffman invested in the company, and alongside sewing machines, he started making bicycle parts. The success of these parts inspired Huffman to build their own bicycle, appropriately named the Dayton. Eventually, bicycle manufacturing became the primary business for the newly renamed Huffman Company, and with it came several innovations of their own in the following years. From the three-person tandem bike, the radio bike with a portable AM radio built into the frame, they even came up with the idea for removable training wheels to allow smaller children to be able to learn how to ride a bike. And even a motor wheel, one of the first motorized bicycles, first patented in 1915. Although the small combustion engine on the front wheel coupled with a gas can on the handlebars made it just a little bit impractical. Today, the Huffman Corporation is known worldwide as the Huffy Corporation, which remains one of the leading manufacturers of bicycles. In fact, ask most folks what type of bicycle they had growing up, and odds are they'll say they had a Huffy. To say that this company has history would definitely be an understatement. That headquarters is still based in Dayton today, and we were lucky enough to get a tour of their headquarters.
This was a limited edition bicycle that we did. We did a men's and women's, and you'll be able to get another view of the women's here to see some of the details. Have you guys ever heard of Green Machine? Does that look familiar?
Yes. Looks familiar.
So we purchased Green Machine in the 70s. That's not on my cheat sheet here, and really took it to the next level. We've been working with the Green Machine brand since the 70s, and every few decades we'll release a new version. You know, it may fade away in popularity, but then it kind of comes back when Huffy redesigns it or whatever. So yeah, my father had a Green Machine. You know, my grandfather can remember buying that Green Machine for him. I had a Green Machine growing up, and you bet, in 10 years when my 3-month-old is old enough, I'm gonna get him a Green Machine. So it's something that the generations can like look back on and share on that. This is really cool. So Huffy actually invented the first training wheels in 1949. They actually had little platforms on here for one of their friends to stand on, which was unique. Fun fact, it would cost more to manufacture these than it would any bike we sell today. That is 100% pure American steel.
So how did that affect the weight of the bike?
They were heavy. They were certainly heavy. This is another really cool one, especially being Reds fans with that, or Cincinnati fans with that little Reds teaser there. One of our designers was actually sitting at Riverfront Stadium. So if you look, this is the pattern that they use under their seats to hold it up. And the designer took that into the building, created this Metalloid bike. And we actually ran one of our first big time commercials in 1995 on this bike. 1973 was the first American-made 10-speed on the market.
Okay.
Here's that Disney bike. You can kind of see some more of the details. The fenders actually have Mickey and Minnie comics on them. And then the closer you look, the more just little Disney touches you'll see throughout the whole bike. So these were released in a limited quantity. I think we made maybe 500 of each model, the men's and women's. And they're a collector's item. People have them all over the country, still in the original packaging. I wish we had the packaging to show. Although you can see the stem cap there. It's the Mickey Mouse.
Oh, wow.
So that was just to celebrate our relationship with Disney. The Cruiser here, I think, is really cool. So it was actually 2012. Again, can't say that we had the first Cruiser bikes on the market, but we really, between our marketing efforts and the type of products we were putting out, we really established this classic Cruiser frame. But this yellow Neluso Cruiser in 2018 was the best-selling bike in all of the country.
I think I've seen a couple of those at some campgrounds.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
I had a 90s version of this one.
Okay.
Because I remember specifically the shocks on the crossbar.
So we all know how massive Frozen was when Disney released that movie. And the top-selling Frozen product of any product in 2018. 3.9 million units, I think.
No, we're not playing the song. I'm not getting a copyright ding. You all know what I'm talking about. Let it go. So why shouldn't we ask Hannah about traveling?
Because I will talk to you about it all day, and we'll get to planning a trip.
Get cracking. She's our planner.
Nice.
In addition to the tour, we also got to go out to the parking lot and try out a couple of the Buzz e-bikes. In particular, the Centris model, which is a foldable e-bike. Which leads us to our big news. We are very excited today to announce a brand new partnership with Buzz Bicycles. As you can see right here, we've got two of the Centris models. We just want to give a shout out, number one, to Buzz Bicycles. Cam, Hannah, great people to work with. Really appreciate all the help that they've given us on this and helping guide the way. And be looking for a future video where we give these a complete run through and we'll go over all the different details and features and goodies that go with it. And if you'd like to find out more about these bikes, go to anotheramazingadventure.com, scroll to the bottom of your screen and click on the link for Buzz at the very bottom. In addition, if you'd like to pick up a bike or two yourself, make sure that you use promo code ADVENTURE at checkout. Let them know that Kyle and Emily sent you. And thanks again to Buzz Bikes for sponsoring today's video.
I need another amazing adventure.